Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.
I thought about what you said.
And what did you decide?
I decided that you're right.
I'm glad you saw the reason.
Excuse me, Mr. Graham? I have something I need to discuss with you.
I'm in a bit of a hurry, Louise. Can it wait?
I would really appreciate it if we could talk for a few minutes now. It's about the overtime you've asked me to put in.
All right, why don't you have a seat? What's the problem? To start with, may I know why you are interested in working for our company?
First, as far as I know, your company has had an impressive growth record. Second, I want to get into the foreign trade business.
Now you are with Kwandong Company. What is your chief responsibility there?
I'm in charge of marketing activities in Southeast Asia, for example, organizing trade conferences and arranging exhibitions.
Do you have any questions about the job?
Yes. Are the chances for employees to be transferred to overseas branches of the company?
Certainly. This is an international company, and there are good chances for you to work overseas.
That would be good.
Why do you want to join us?
The reason for my application for this position is simple. My educational background and professional experience make me qualified for the job.
Do you have any particular conditions that you would like the company to take into consideration?
Oh, just one thing. Could you give me some ideas of the pay?
What salary do you get for your present position?
2,000 rib per month.
What starting salary would you expect here?
3,000 rib per month.
No problem. We pay 3,000 rib per month. Plus a 20% commission on all, a company car and other benefits. All traveling expenses will be reimbursed by the company. Do you have any other questions?
No, that's all.
Ms. Montgomery, do you have a moment?
Sure, Brian, what's on your mind?
I'm a bit upset about this year's bonus. I was really expecting a little more. Are there any problems with my work?
No, not at all, Brian. This year, we've all had to cut back. I'm hoping next year's going to better. I hope you can understand.
You would be using mainly English in this job. Do you think you can make yourself understood in English with ease?
Yes, I think I speak English quite fluently. I've often explained historical places in Xi'an to foreign tourists in English. They say my English is quite good.
How many years have you been learning English?
Oh, more than 10 years. I started learning English when I was still in a primary school from a foreign teacher.
Well, perhaps that's the reason why you are so fluent in it.
Certainly.
Good morning, family. We'll have our board meeting this afternoon. Can you write the agenda on the notice board?
What will you discuss at the meeting?
We'll talk about the financial report for the first half of the year.
And anything else?
We'll also discuss the personnel plan for the second half of the year.
That's all?
Yes. Please write them down on the notice board. I want everybody to see them.
Okay.
Are you doing the job the way I suggested?
No, I think I didn't like your method.
Well, have it your way. Strange-looking handle on that coffee mug, isn't it?
We submitted 2 designs to our buyers, this one and one with the mug indented to form a grip. They chose this one.
What's the advantage? Price, I suppose.
No, this type cleans better. No crevices between the body and handle joint.
What deliveries are you quoting nowadays on orders such as ours?
We can make shipment within 1 month from receipt of order.
You don't do much in porcelain tiles and ornaments, do you?
We do a fair amount in tiles and in insulators for electrical appliances. But kitchenware and tableware are our main lines.
I see. Well, keep up the good work. See you later.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. My name is Susan and I am a reporter for the Evening Star.
Good morning. How can I help you?
I was hoping to talk to you today about your business.
Very well.
How long have you been the owner of your computer shop?
About 5 years.
And how many staff do you employ?
There is my wife who does the accounts and my brother who helps with the sales.
So this is a family business.
Yes, we are a small family business.
And how many computers do you sell each day?
That depends on the day. We sell from here and on the internet. I would say about 20 to 30 per week.
That about 100 a month.
That's correct.
Thank you B for your time.
Thank you and goodbye.
I've been waiting here in the conference room for 10 minutes already. What time does our meeting start? Where is everyone anyway?
Didn't you hear about that? Our meeting was postponed until Friday.
What? The meeting was postponed? No one told me anything about it.
Didn't you get the memo?
What memo? There haven't been any memos this whole week. I check my unbox every day, and I haven't seen anything.
The memo went out 3 days ago. It should have made it to your inbox, but maybe it got lost in all the clutter on your desk.
You know how things get piled up on my desk when I am busy. I know that sometimes I do misplace things, but I always read all the memos that go around. They go directly to my inbox. Are you sure it was sent to the whole office?
It should have gone around to everybody. They also posted a copy of the memo in the break room. Don't you ever look at the messages posted on the bulletin board?
I'm usually too busy to take a bunch of coffee breaks and gossip by the water cooler. Anyway, I am sure the memo never got to my inbox. I'll have to talk to our secretary about it.
That's right. You never know what you're missing out if you don't read the memos.
Are you Miss Thao Ping?
Yes, I am Thao Ping.
How do you spell your first name?
Ping. P-I-N-G.
Do you have an English name?
Yes, sir. It is Jane. It was given by my English professor when I was at the university.
What's your pen name?
My pen name is Dark Blue.
How do you like your name?
I like it very much. My name has become part of me. I don't want to change it.
What's your present, permanent, address?
My present address is number 21 South Zhongshan Road, apartment 19, Shanghai. The postcode is 220,150.
You look very young. How old are you?
Actually, I'm 30 now.
Where were you born?
I was born in Xinjiang.
What is your nationality?
Han. Janice, I can't find the document I was working on last month. Can you help me to look for it?
Susan, I'm sorry. Did you look up those files I requested?
Yes, but I still cannot find it. Maybe it is in this cabinet.
I couldn't find the files you request, even though I checked all the cross-references. I don't think it's there.
I am sure that document was filed.
Well, let me check again under a different heading.
Good idea. It seems that I asked you to put it in Nova's files.
Maybe that's why I couldn't find it. All the documents on Nova are filed under V.
Are you a goal-oriented person?
Yes, I am. I always make a plan before I do anything.
Where do you want to be in 5 years?
I don't want to have a specific title. I just want to enjoy what I am doing.
That sounds very reasonable.
It's the most important thing to me.
If you are hired, how long do you plan to stay with us?
That obviously depends on how things go, whether I'm suited to the firm and the firm to me.
Tell me about some of your recent goals and what you do to achieve them.
I want to put my knowledge and experience to use in a challenging position. In order to achieve this goal, I just want to work step by step.
What is your long-range objective?
I haven't thought it over at all.
What do you think is the most important thing when looking for a job?
I think the most important thing is the interest in the job.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's fashion show.
We see you are all dressed to the nines.
How very appropriate, because tonight we have a most dazzling show for you.
Yes, this runway is going to sparkle with glamour and style.
Some of tonight's highlights are dressed in the latest straight from Shanghai.
And others directly from New York.
So, sit back and relax and get your order forms ready.
Because you're going to love this show.
Let's begin by having you tell me about yourself and your background.
I have been working as a paralegal for the last 10 months through an agency that specializes in the legal field. My experience has been supporting attorneys in the field of labor law, where I have been able to apply my paralegal education. I was commended on my ability to take information and break it down into usable facts. I really love research and analyzing facts. My major in college was English, and as a result, my writing skills are my major strength. I am looking for a position where my research and writing skills can be used.
What do you think are the key qualities needed to succeed in the paralegal profession?
Flexibility would certainly rank high in this type of job. In my last position, I supported 4 lawyers, and it was not unusual for them all to give me high-priority items to do in the same day or week. There were days when I had to stop and prioritize my work just to get a handle on everything. I would discuss the urgency of their work with each of them so I didn't drop the ball. At the same time, I made sure each of them felt like his or her project was important on my agenda. I think communication is probably the next key quality. It really worked well when I talked with each of them, explained my situation, and got their input.
Can you give me an example of a time when you had to work above and beyond your job description?
There was a very important project that had to be researched and completed by the end of the week. Even though I worked extra hours every night for almost 2 weeks, my boss and I stayed until 2 a.m. for 2 nights before the final wrap-up. It was very rewarding to have put so much effort into a project and see the really great results. My boss gave me a bonus for my extra effort.
Tell me about a time when you had to research a case and encountered some obstacles you had to overcome.
I remember a case that was filled with obstacles. The first thing I did was research through documents and past cases that had similar circumstances. I assembled the facts and then tried to put them together and analyze the next step. I was able to get some input from another lawyer I happened to see at lunch. Through some hard work and fact-digging, I was able to find a way to overcome most of the obstacles. I took my findings to my boss and made some recommendations, which she and I discussed and eventually resolved. My boss was impressed with the work I had done.
What are your strengths and weaknesses?
My strengths are my caring about getting the job done. I am very results-driven and have been able to meet all my deadlines in past jobs. As far as weaknesses, I really enjoy my work, and sometimes I put in too much time. But I am aware of my tendency to overwork and have learned to pace myself more.
Tell me about a time when you had a confrontation with a coworker or boss.
I did have an issue with someone who was getting on my nerves. I asked her if I could talk with her one day, and we had a good discussion. It turned out she was not aware of the impact of her actions and that she really needed an explanation of the procedure. I took the time to explain the procedures, and there haven't been any problems since that day.
When do you find a job satisfying?
My biggest satisfaction is when I experience growth in a job. When I first started as a paralegal, I had a lot to learn. But through hard work, advice from some good mentors and continuing education, I have come a long way. I've learned to be flexible when possible and to deal with difficult people in a positive manner.
How would your coworkers describe you?
First, they'll say I have a lot of energy and enthusiasm. I really enjoy working with people. Secondly, they'll say I had great customer service skills. I put the customer first. And thirdly, they'll say that I know the law. I put a lot of effort into my education as a paralegal and take it seriously.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say morale was in this company?
I will be accompanying you on your tour today to visit our company. This is the assembly line. These drawings on the wall are process sheets. They describe clearly how each process goes on to the next step.
How many workers are there on the lines?
About 200. They can assemble at least 3,000 computers every day.
Oh, it's highly efficient.
Yes, since I came to this company, I was told that high efficiency is essential for the further development.
How do you control the quality of the products?
Well, all products have to go through 5 checks in the whole process. We believe that the quality is the soul of an enterprise. Therefore, we always put quality as the first consideration.
Yes, quality is even more than the quantity.
Mr. Chandler, this way please. I will show you a 5-minute multivision about the history of our company.
I have read your resume. What is your last job?
I've worked in the production department for 2 years.
Could you introduce your biggest accomplishments in your last job?
Working with my colleagues, we were able to increase the production efficiency by 5%.
Great. Could you tell me your educational background?
Yes, I got a bachelor's degree in English from Beijing University.
Why are you willing to work for our company?
I can get more promotion in your company.
Okay, that's all. We'll inform you in 2 days.
Thank you.
Roger, would it be possible to meet with you to discuss my department's budget?
Of course, Debbie. Let me look at my schedule. I have some free time on the 12th. That's this Thursday at 9 a.m.
All right, that'll be fine. Can you put together a rough idea of the kind of money I'll have available for the next year?
Certainly. I've already worked out a general budget for all the departments.
Excuse me, Mr. Lee. I have something to discuss with you.
I'm in a bit of a hurry, Miss Liu. Can you wait for a minute?
I would really appreciate it if we could talk for a few minutes now. It's about the overtime you've asked me to put in.
All right, what's the problem?
I really can't work overtime. Because my husband has been ill recently, I must take care of him.
I'm sorry to hear that. Take good care of your husband. I'll find another one to replace you.
Following our free educational materials, you learn English in a great way with ease and efficiency.